Hi y'all, Joni with Tune In YaYa here. I wanted to jump on and give you a little insight into what a chakra is, or to define what a chakra is. I imagine that a lot of people are curious about that. Maybe you have done a little research on your own, or maybe you're still trying to learn a little bit more about what that is. The chakra system runs along the spine of our body, and we have seven main chakras that most people go over and identify with. And in these chakras are created, or they are, what's the word that I'm looking for? They are built on each other as we come into existence, as we come into this world. Now these energy centers have patterns within each of them. We all have patterns within each of us that can create some havoc in our life, that can create some peace in our life too. Notice the good things that, or the good habits that you have, those positive things that you do for yourself, the routines that you have set in motion, the ways that you handle certain people and situations to protect yourself. These things are part of your chakra system that are protecting you. Some of the ways that we protect ourselves, some of these defenses that we have, are actually detrimental to us. They might have helped us in the past for survival, but they might be more of something that is creating friction in our lives now. We might not recognize it. Whenever we get triggered by something, we might just automatically react versus respond. And whenever we're allowing ourselves to recognize when those happen, we can tap into our chakra system, or tap into our awareness of who we are, and try to discover where those things are coming from. Why is it that we get overly emotional in some situations and not others? So the chakra systems, whenever we have some things going on in them, it is widely known that whenever we're going through frustrations and stuff, it can affect our entire body. So these imbalances in our chakra system do affect our whole body, which is why each of them have certain places that are part of the imbalance. So if we have some issues going on in our heart chakra, for instance, we might notice some lung issues or some heart issues. And so those things are part of where getting to know the chakra system is beneficial to you and your awareness of your body and your awareness in your yoga practice in general. The beautiful thing is that it doesn't have to be yoga that you find that helps you along. Whatever modality works for you to help you create more awareness in your life, to help you create more healing in your life, these are going to be the tools that you use for yourself. And that's the most important thing, to allow yourself to recognize that chakras get imbalanced and blocked because of so many different things. We can have trauma from childhood, trauma from a car accident. Maybe we don't feel like we can be ourselves around people. Maybe that comes from another place. There are a lot of different things that happen that create within us a feeling or a perception that we can't fully express ourselves in these areas. We can't fully express ourselves in the stability that we're seeking in life. We can't fully express our creativity because maybe it's outside the box, or maybe we've never even been allowed to express our creativity. We can't move forward and take action on the things that we want to do because maybe we've never been able to do that before, or maybe we just don't have the energy to do that. And as we allow ourselves to become more aware of our chakra system and what defines each one, we can maybe uncover a little bit more into the workings, the inner workings of what makes us who we are, what makes us tick, and also maybe some of those things that are detrimental to our health and our well-being. That is my goal, to help you become more aware of the chakra system, to be able to become more aware of those things that might be triggering you from within, so that way you can understand how to work towards the healing process, and recognizing that it does take practice, right? It takes intention and then attention towards your intentions to be able to bring them into manifestation or into existence. I hope that this gives you a little bit in insight into what chakras are, these energy centers in our body, these patterns that we have been living throughout our lives that were built upon each other through different stages of our lives and kind of still resonate today in the formation of our entire person, right? So the root chakra is the first chakra that we'll be going over, and it is our stability, our structure, our security. And then this is where we find grounding, balance. And so the video that I posted earlier today actually will help you to find a little bit more balance. Be compassionate with yourself as you try to find balance, because not everybody has a good balance, right? Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you need support. The sacral chakra, the creativity here is so important. You create in so many different ways. So that is going to be fun to go over. So that way you can tune in and tap into what do you like to create into this world? What drives you there? What desires do you have there? Your solar plexus chakra is where your will resides. This is your identity. This is where your fire is. This is where you take action. Your heart chakra, love, forgiveness, resentment is also held here. Being mindful of those things in your life. Your throat chakra, where you communicate, where you hear and speak, right? So it's communication is also about listening. And sometimes that is a challenging thing for us to do. If you find yourself kind of tuning out when someone else is talking, might be a good idea to say, hey, like, why is this happening sometimes? I find myself talking all the time. I talk a lot. You will notice that in my videos. I have no problem with talking a lot. I also love to listen. I love when somebody else wants to share with me. And in truth, I could take like a whole day of just being silent and let other people talk. And I would love that, because then I get to take a little bit of a break. I think that I learned to talk a lot because maybe others around me weren't talking as much. And so it was a way to fill the void. Then you have your third eye chakra. This is where you become aware. You become aware of the things around you. You begin to see a little bit more in the bigger picture of things. And then your crown chakra, this is where you begin to understand it all. It's not always easy to understand, right? Sometimes we have to see before we can understand. And that's not always the easiest thing. Sometimes we are very blocked in being able to see the bigger picture, because it is just kind of easier to focus on the things that we want and the way that we want things to go. So the ability that we have to kind of come back into ourselves and to recognize these areas of our body, to recognize what's going on within, can facilitate us in a journey that is lifelong. Healing's never done, but it is beneficial in so many ways, and it helps you heal in so many ways. And I hope that I can begin that process for you, give you some tools to bring that into existence for yourself, because you're the one that has to do the work, and I'm the one that's I'm doing my own work. And I'll tell you, it's not always easy, but it is always rewarding. And I do find a lot of joy in being able to bring things like this to people that are wanting to listen and wanting to learn. Thank you very much for being here today. I look forward to sharing more with you about specific chakras as we go forward. I hope that you enjoy. Namaste.